how the Chinese view the US economy. Well, kind of funny. It looks strong on the surface, but beneath it lies a dangerous mix of problems. From 2008 crash to today's inflation crisis, America keeps repeating the same mistakes, and the bill is coming due. Anyway, where do the numbers come from? First, national debt. The US owns $34 trillion, more than its entire yearly GDP. Second, manufacturing decline. Only 10% of US jobs are in manufacturing today, down from 24% in 1960. And this data is from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And third, banking risks. In 2023, three major US banks collapsed. In case you don't know, there are the Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, and First Republic, the worst failures since 2008. Why this happened? Number one, addiction to cheap money, the gambler mentality. For decades, the Federal Reserve kept interest rates near zero, encouraging reckless borrowing. Two, offshoring jobs. Companies chased cheap labor overseas, leaving US factories empty. Now, even semiconductors, the brains of modern tech, are mostly made in Asia. Why the US government banned high-end chips to China? Because China is the biggest competitor in this area. But it will only help China to go faster. I'll explain it later. 3. Wall Street versus Main Street. The financial sector grew fat. That's 30% of US profits, while real wages for workers stagnated. I won't show you any data here. Just ask yourself or your neighbors. And think further. Have you ever seen any whore went back to factory work? Yeah, easy money is really easy. Factory, no, just fuck. Okay, so where are we now? Again, inflation stubbornness. Prices are still rising. 3.5% a year in 2024, squeezing family despite Fed rate hikes. And there's always debt trap. The US now spends $1 trillion yearly just on interest payments, more than its military budget. What is interest anyway? It's the money you threw away. Okay, just imagine $1 trillion. That's $3,030 per every American. And have you ever thought why Trump launched a tariff war? Because the United States has a supply chain panic. COVID-19 showed how vulnerable America is. Shortages of everything from baby formula to car chips. You've been through both, right? You can't cheat on yourself, okay? You know it. And what comes next? In the short term, like within 5 years, another financial crash is likely. The commercial real estate could be the next domino to fall, and that will cause social uncertainty. So please be careful. If we talk about the long term, the dollar could lose its global dominance. Yeah, China is waiting there. But as a Chinese myself, I hope the US stays strong. We need strong competitors, not weak ones, okay? In comparison, does China have this problem? Let me tell you, yes, but differently. About the date, China's debt to GDP is higher than America's, around 300%. But most is owned internally, not to foreign lenders. About manufacturing, well, China still makes 33% of global goods. Yeah, we are the world factory, but wages are rising, pushing some factories to cheaper countries like Vietnam and Bangladesh. But you know what? We don't worry too much. First, we have the biggest clusters of robots. They don't need wages at all, right? Yeah, we know America needs in AI and chips slightly. But depends on Taiwan province of China for production. You see, China can catch up in other sectors. No doubt, China will overtake America in semiconductor. It's only a matter of time. Everyone knows that, I believe. China has a PTSD of sanction by the West. So self-sufficient is the ultimate goal. So what is the bottom line? America's economy is like a credit card maxed out by a shopaholic. Eventually, the spending stops. China has day two, but more tools to manage it. The next decade will test which system adapts faster. And you know who will win, right? Follow me, let's talk about the so-called national security next part.